dream house of your reality. Hello, somebody.
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student-athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right, when you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
In New Orleans, football is more than a game. It's a way of life. And just like our offensive line, we protect what matters most. With the big game in New Orleans at Elliott Security Solutions, we don't just protect, we lead. And now, we're hiring the best to join our team. Call 504-392-4424 or visit elliottsecuritysolutions.com. Elliott Security is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. 50s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing, all Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Hello, somebody. It's the host of Inside the Trenches podcast, Marlon Big Favorite. Did you know Small Sliders had an app? You can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store right now, download the Small Sliders app in Marrero, and order your food right now. You want to get a number 2? Well, slide through. 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Small Sliders, simple on purpose.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. This is Robert Wolfe. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Wright on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Boy, Marlon, Big Wright. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, has some. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah, I'ma be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah. Be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello.
Joe Picolo.
Well, yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Just like that, we're back. It's Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Favorite. I'm live here with CL Nola, and we're here at the Super Bowl Small Sliders location. Yeah, that's right. We're going to put the Super Bowl on there. We kicking the Super Bowl week off just right here on Inside the Trenches. Y'all make sure y'all stream us on New Orleans Talk Network. We'll have old episodes up there if y'all want to check out. We had Tyrone Hughes on last week. Really great interview.
Great interview.
Check that out if y'all want to see what's going on with that. But it's so much that we have to get into in this first segment. CL, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. This is the 11th Super Bowl that we've hosted here in New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
This will definitely be one for the books.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, all the events and things of that nature. But I guess talk to our audience about what makes New Orleans the perfect spot, the perfect destination for a Super Bowl.
What makes New Orleans the perfect destination for the Super Bowl would be the fact that we're such a walkable town. The fact that everything is in the vicinity of maybe 6,000 steps or less. From the river to the Superdome is less than 3,000 steps, so there's and of course the French Quarter in downtown New Orleans, the Warehouse District, this is where the premier restaurants that they speak so highly of when they speak of New Orleans, they're also located there. The entertainment, as far as the musical venues and the ladies, if you will, they're all in that vicinity, and also the art theaters like the Singer and the Mahalia Jackson Theater, the Orpheus, all these great venues that obviously the Super Bowl has rented out and have parties and showings and episodes such like Inside the Trenches will be at all these great venues, and that's why New Orleans is and of course we know how to put on a party.
Oh, of course.
We know how to give a party. We know how to have people envious of our party, and and we know how to also handle the traffic. I think that's the one thing, and shouts out to NOPD and whoever is all involved in the actual manipulation of the traffic to keep people like me and you able to come do a show all the way on the West Bank.
Oh, yes, indeed, man. And listen, if y'all are on the West Bank right now, y'all can make your way to 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Small Sliders. And check this out. For the month of February, I'm wanting to go to all the different schools in the area because we want to make this all about teachers' appreciation, right? Appreciating all the teachers. So if y'all have any teachers conferences or something that's going on at the principals meetings, whatever, and y'all need to go ahead and get some Small Sliders, holler at y'all for some special rates. Use the word Big Fave, and you can call for your party packs, 372-6644. It's a New Orleans Super Bowl, baby. Laissez bon temps rouler for our folks out there that's trying to figure that out. Let the good times roll. So much to be excited about. The Superdome, $560 million renovation. I know you've gone to a lot of the home games. What could our fans expect, right? All of the new updates and the drinks and lounging.
If you haven't been in the Dome since they've renovated it, there's a 40-yard bar on each sideline, the home side as well as the away side, which sits behind the 40-yard line and goes to the actual next 40-yard line. There's so many new eateries, and right now we're actually, as we speak, the kickoff party is going on inside the New Orleans Caesars Superdome. And this is a place where you can try all the treats out and all the food that the vendors will be selling inside the Superdome during this great game. And it's really just for the fans, and it only costs $20, but it really is just for the fans to be able to go in and see the respective teams. There'll be members from the Kansas City Chiefs as well as the Philadelphia Eagles, and it'll be the first time and the only time that the Chiefs and the Eagles will actually do something together inside Caesars Superdome, and it's open for the fans from 5 to 10.
That's big time. You do have like the regular stuff that goes on in the convention as well. Convention Center.
Media row.
There'll be a list of events. Right. If y'all go to my social media, I'm probably gonna post up a lot of that stuff. I'm excited about the red carpet events, being able to do some media things with that. One big-time event that we're excited about is the celebration, the celebrities basketball tournament team, Mike McKenzie versus teams, Landon Collins. The Inside the Trenches crew will be in the building, New Orleans Talk Network. We'll have full coverage for that, but you have guys like Ryan Clark coming into town, Bubba Dub, my boy D1, he's playing in the game as well, and many more celebrities. Y'all can get y'all tickets. The information is, I want to say, Celebrity Slam Dunks on Instagram. Go on there. We will definitely be there. Shouts out to Mike McKenzie for inviting our crew there, so I'm excited about that.
What day is that, brother?
Man, I won't lie to you,
because I know
listen,
I haven't looked at a schedule.
Y'all have to bear with me.
So much.
This schedule is crazy. Starting tomorrow, we have Radio Row. Wednesday, I know there's the red carpet for the 26 Soulful Fox Gospel event. We have tons of stuff going on. Later on in the show, we will be joined by DJ Spin. He's going to join us for a segment. We're going to talk Grammys here in a second, but we'll talk a little more with him a bit later on in the segment. But Spin's going to stop by and talk a little sports with us and talk to us about the Walk of Fame coming up this week. That's going to be Thursday, and we'll just talk about the fabric of New Orleans and what does the Super Bowl in the city means for him. And then we'll be joined by Dreamathon owner, clothing line brand, former NFL player, my good friend Bruce Thompson. He's going to join us later. I think he might have a 3X shirt for me. I won't count no eggs for the hatch, but I mean, you check him out. He has all of the celebrities rocking his shirt.
Extra medium.
So see, I mentioned the Grammys. Kendrick Lamar racked up. I mean, I would be remiss if we don't talk about him, and he's one of the main performers.
He is
at
the
halftime.
performer.
He is the performer. I'm sorry. I mean, they're going to have some pregame stuff.
I mean, Fame might slide up in there. But
hello, somebody. See, I might know something I don't know, right?
Come on.
But, he did sweep the Grammys. He had, 5 Grammys. And, I mean, what bigger buzz right from the Grammys. You're the main halftime performer, man. What you think about K-Dot?
I think about the decision that was made, right? I think about the decision that was made for them to choose Kendrick Lamar because, and I'm not quoting, but he was more relevant. He had more buzz with him at the moment because it's all about timing. There'll be another Super Bowl next year. Now, will it be in New Orleans? It will not. But the point being made is the buzz for Kendrick was so real and so relevant, and obviously the Grammy Awards happening last night was just really a follow-up and even more lagniappe to the point that, he's the hottest thing right now, and I guess he'll be performing at the Super Bowl.
I'm looking for the surprises, right? We know this is going to be somewhat of a Swiftie Bowl, let's be honest. The Swifties are coming in town. In Seattle, I know if y'all can look at the judgment of his face, he don't like that. I face the reality. The Kansas City Chiefs are back in. Yes, I do want to talk about how Patrick Mahomes could three-peat. Yes, I could talk about how Saquon Barkley could have one of the best stories known to, one of these good sports stories, right? That whole, and then it's the clip from New York, right? It's the clip in New York saying, hey, we don't, I don't want this to come mess us up.
I'll be physically ill if he goes to the Eagles.
You see what I'm saying? And look what happened. Now they're in the Super Bowl. I know locally we had Zach Baum. We drafted Zach Baum here.
We did.
Did you see his Instagram? He had the picture.
There's a picture of Zach Baum as a Philadelphia Eagle inside of the Super Bowl locker room, their respective locker room. And, of course, it's ironic that we drafted Zach Baum and we didn't give him much playing time. And, he went on the greener pastures, if you will. And now he's returned to the Super Bowl. And that's just the ironic nature of the sport that we play. But we wish Zach and everybody else involved the best for this upcoming game.
I just think it's funny, man, that we drafted him, and thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you.
Seemed to be an ongoing theme, like our players going other places and doing well. Incidentally speaking, Malcolm Jenkins goes to now we won the Super Bowl here in 2009.
Thank you, brother.
But, he goes on to Philly and does it. So it does speak volumes about making those right mid-tier draft picks. Look at Marshawn. He went deep into the playoffs, almost made some noise. So it's just and that's just this year.
Imagine me having this conversation 3 times already before I showed up tonight. We can't keep everybody. We'll never get over Trey Hendrickson. We'll never get over Mel Gray. We'll never get over a lot of situations just because of the nature of the game. Just trust the fact that we're going to still draft good players, no matter if they turn out good for us or good for someone else. Just trust the fact that we'll keep drafting good players.
Something I keep thinking about, too, the timing of all of this. We talk
timing
about
is everything.
The Grammys happening this past weekend, and we're now strolling into Super Bowl week. And you look at this is Mardi Gras time. Technically, Mardi Gras season kicked off in January.
That thing been kicked off.
So we're in mid-stride in Mardi Gras season. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. Catch y'all next time. Y'all enjoy Super Bowl week.
Yeah, you're right.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Why not?
That would be a big upset, though. Like, if that happens, because think about it. Every time Travis Kelce catches the ball, they're going to show Taylor Swift, and that's going to be the whole dynamic behind it. So and it's just Patrick Mahomes, 3P thing, and then.
So what you saying, it can't end in a tie? Because that's what I was hoping.
What you say?
So you saying it can't end in a tie? Because that's what I was hoping for.
I don't think it's going to end in a tie. It's not going to happen like that. You just don't like. I think you're just not really feeling the Super Bowl. Like,
I'm not.
Obviously, the first dagger was bam. The Saints didn't even make the playoffs. Then the second dagger is like, man, I really want to see Detroit and want to see Baltimore. That didn't happen. Then it's like, ooh, Jaden can go, and then that didn't happen, and now we're seeing something familiar.
Even to get even more in depth, I played against both of them this year, right?
Yeah.
I played Philly in week 3. I dealt with Philadelphia Eagles fans in week 3 inside the Superdome. Matter of fact, around my entire city for that weekend, for week 3. I went to Kansas City and I dealt with the Chiefs fan. And them look at me in my face and tell them they was going to see me for Super Bowl in week 5. So congratulations to both teams. I hope you guys enjoy all the food and all the festivities that New Orleans brings. And good luck to the best team wins.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit more about this when Bruce comes on the show and Spin, because I want to get their perspective on this matchup. But CL, before we switch gears here this segment.
Lemonade, great.
I can't wait to take a swig. I'm still working on my water. I'm just thinking out loud here. What's your thoughts on what's going to be the big storylines of this game? Will it turn into, man, Saquon rushes for 3 touchdowns and gets MVP?
Will
it be Patrick Mahomes being consistent, in his passing completions and making the big plays. Will Travis Kelce score 2-3 big touchdowns? You kind of will a tush push? Will there be a story behind a tush push? We just saw that with the So what's your big story from this? Is it an upset? Is it like a big time MVP vote?
My thought process about the game is, if I'm Spags and that's the defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm gonna load the box and I'm gonna stop Saquon and I'm gonna make Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm. The number one rule in football and in sports, you don't let the best player beat you. So defensively, I'm gonna take away Saquon. I'll do my best because obviously it's easier said than done with the great offensive line that Philly has, and they stay with the run. But I would challenge not just the Philadelphia offense. I'm challenging the offense. Wow, I'm challenging Kevin Moore to see if he will stay with the run, because I'm going to put 8 men in a box just to make him prove to me that Jalen Hurts can beat me with his arm. And with that being said, if the Kansas City Chiefs will take that philosophy into the game, I see it being about ugly ball, right? I see it being about time of possession.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, well, because you think about it, this is what Philadelphia wants to do. This is what makes Philadelphia explosive. They're offensively explosive, but they're explosive with the run. They're not explosive with the pass. So why would I let them beat me with what they're good at? They're going to have to beat me what they're not as good at, and that would be the passing game, and I will put it all on Jalen.
So you will load the box like you
like
would have,
a dog.
So what you're posing is they play some form of man coverage, whether it's cover 1, or if you want to go with some type of zone concept, go cover 3, and just play your safety in the box.
I got 8 in the box regardless if I'm walking that safety down or not.
Well, here's my only thing with that, and we're going to take a quick break here shortly. And we're going to talk – this is going to definitely segue into our next segment. But when you put your players in a one-on-one situation like that with the Slim Reaper, right? And you saw even with the one-on-ones with Marshawn and A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing about what he should think about a little bit of cover 2.
I don't trust Jalen with the high reads, and I'm talking about all 4 quarters.
So you're putting it all on Jalen.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Okay, all right.
Because what happens last Super Bowl, he almost won the MVP last year. I mean, whenever they played the last Super Bowl, but he almost won it with his legs, not with his arm. So he would have to prove to me that he could beat us with his arm.
Yeah, in retrospect, looking at it from that perspective, but he has proven a lot this year with his performance. I think that if you look at how he was able to connect with the Slim Reaper, but what did help that was Saquon.
Exactly.
Saquon did help that, so CL makes a good point. And I'm making a good point about this burger I smell over there. I saw Tarek and Keelan snuck over there and got them some small sliders. And you should do the same thing, too. Come on and join us. We have some seats right over here, nice and cozy for you. It's a good temperature. We're at 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Y'all make sure y'all hang around a little longer. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit of the NFL draft, right? And then we're going to slide on into the Senior Bowl. And, I mean, something about this Super Bowl. I think we're going to be talking about this all day. Oh, I know why. Because it's Super Bowl week in New Orleans, baby. It's Inside the Trenches. He's CL Nola. It's your boy, Big Fav. Y'all tuning in right now to New Orleans Talk Network. Y'all don't go anywhere, baby. We'll be back. Are you looking for your dream home? Well, if that's the case, you need to contact Joe Picolo at Godwyn Realty, right here in New Orleans. Joe can put you in your dream home right away. Joe Picolo and the folks over at Godwyn Realty put you in the house that you need. Even if you're looking to invest in some property, they'll do an excellent job with that as well. Contact Joe today at 504-251-8341. Again, that phone number is 504-251-8341. And also contact Joel at joel.godwynrealty.com. No need to dream anymore. Godwyn Realty will put you in the dream house of your reality. Hello, somebody. say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training.
And just like that, baby, just like that, we are back. It is Inside the Trenches, and we're live here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Shouts out to I Need, my boy Jay Bridges in the live right now. Shouts out to all my people tuning in to us on Instagram right now. Remember, y'all can check out some of our shorts on Inside the Trenches with Marlon right on YouTube. Remember, you can follow CL Nola at CL_Nola. I'm expecting CL gonna probably have a lot of his pictures from the shows and all of that. Even this Super Bowl week, you're gonna start seeing a lot of that on his page, so be sure to follow him. And remember, y'all can follow me at BigFave504. We're streaming live on New Orleans Talk Network. And I want to take a second to give a sponsor spotlight to Picolo and Ramos. Real estate, baby, at 1943 Sophie Wright Place, New Orleans, Louisiana, 504-826-8426. Again, their phone number is 504-826-8426. We believe in real estate, and it should be personal, baby. Definitely visit my people over at Godwyn, man. Excuse me, Picolo and Ramos, my man Joel, and they'll get y'all straight and going. So, CL, we were talking about the Super Bowl and some of the matchups. Before we get into the draft and the Senior Bowl up, I'm pretty excited about the outcome of that game, too. I thought it was a pretty good matchup. We're talking a lot about Jalen Hurts and what he could do, but we're not really spending a whole lot of time on the magic of Patrick Mahomes. And when you look back at this season, the Saints game, I don't even much want to talk about the Bengals game. Just to mention two games that were very close. Like, any of those games are different. We're probably looking at a different outcome right now. So when you look at this Kansas City offense, is it about Coach Andy Reid and his offense being able to just, and his offensive staff being able to just draw up this immaculate plan? Is it the Mahomes magic, or it's Pacheco run game and Hunt's run game really that? So what it is about Kansas City offense to you?
Honestly, what it is about Kansas City is we're talking about almost a three-peat. We're talking about a team, a core that has been together for, 4 straight years?
Yeah.
You're talking about a core team that's been to 7 AFC championship games, maybe 8. They've been in every situation, which holds true to all the games they played this year. They didn't blow anyone out. Every game, not every game, but most of every games were close games. You almost have to play a perfect game against them to have a chance to win, because in every scenario, even if it's special teams, if it's the punting game, if it's returning, the kick return, if it's timeouts, you literally have to play a perfect game against the Chiefs because they've been there and done that, and the core players that they have on their team have also been there and done that.
I think you made a good point with that. Experience does play a role. When you've been in this scenario so many times, the lights, they dim a little bit, right? They're not as bright.
Right.
So that does make a lot of sense. It's a certain level of comfort that Chris Jones have in these situations.
McDuffie.
Travis Kelce, you mentioned McDuffie. Patrick Mahomes, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Now, here's the interesting piece here. How they were able to do these last 2 Super Bowls, win these last 2 Super Bowls, and the running game wasn't perfect. And the receiving core was, I mean, you had legit the receiving core from Little Giants, your boys that glue his little hands together to catch the ball. Hot hands, yeah, hot hands. And they were still able to do it. So that's why I know you're saying experience. I think that plays a role. But I really want to take a dive in on Andy Reid's system. Yeah. Even with, that's why the reason you were screaming for Coach Eric Bieniemy to be the head coach here.
Which ironically.
At the Saints.
Ironically, Coach Eric Bieniemy goes back to the Kansas City Chiefs as a running backs coach / assistant for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Just like that. I mean, familiarity, that back to what you're saying, that experience and being able to have that good group of coaches that can get it done.
And even if you want to look at it from the Philadelphia Eagles side, let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Up front, they have young guys. They have a young Jordan. They have a young Carter, you know. Mm-hmm. They have a Jeremy Trotter Jr., you know. They have a Neal from Georgia. They have a Cooper DeJean that's an actual rookie. You know, they have a lot of young players inside of their defense that help them get to the Super Bowl. You don't think at some point in time there will be maybe some eyes in the lights, you know, a little butterfly, you know, you're only one step away from a touchdown. You take one wrong step, that's 6. So just to put it and I don't have a dog in a fight. I don't care about Kansas City, I don't care about Philadelphia. I'm just looking at the matchup. And what we know about Coach Spags, the defense coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, he is a master blitzer on 3rd down. So if I load the box on 1st and 2nd down, you know what's coming on 3rd down.
Well, I think it's the biggest thing you look at with a coach, Andy Reid, and that's why I was kind of alluding to before you was talking about Philly. The young receiving core, like Xavier Worthy, may be the biggest player of this game. You can put a bet for my bettors. They could put a bet out there on him that he might potentially win MVP. That'd be a big win. Right. But the point I'm making is that's Andy Reid's system, right? Being able to get those guys that are ready to plug and play is crazy.
And I'll tell you about the guys that you've already forgot about. Don't forget that D Hop is still on this team.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Hollywood Brown is still on this team. Don't forget that Pacheco is still on this team. Don't forget number 84, not 87, Travis. 84, the other tight end, is still on this team. So when you thinking that you're focusing on maybe one guy, and you know, maybe let's just call it Travis, it's 84 that's beating you up the seam. Mm-hmm. When you trying to load up the box to stop Kareem Hunt, it's Pacheco catching something out in the flat and taking it 70 yards, you know, because he's such a fast back out the backfield. So the plug-and-play situation with Kansas City and Coach Reeves is second to none. And will the young defense of the Philadelphia Eagles be able to keep up? Because I think offensively, Saquon won't be able to run for more than 3 touchdowns, right? So let's just say Saquon only equals 21 points. Let's just say Saquon equals 14 points. You're going to need more than 14 points to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
No doubt. If y'all are just tuning in, you're watching Inside the Trenches. We're live here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in with us here on Instagram. All of y'all taking y'all time out to stream us. Watch the stream here on New Orleans Talk Network. I appreciate y'all for listening in to me and my homie CL. Stick around. We have 2 special guests coming by. Grammy Award-winning DJ Spin. He's going to sit down and holler at us. And we'll also be joined by the owner of Dreamathon T-shirts brand and former NFL player Bruce Thompson. He's going to sit down and chop it up with us about his experience. And he had a couple things going on for the Super Bowl as well. Sure. I want to switch gears a little bit to the NFL draft. It's coming up, but before we even talk about that, we have to look at the Senior Bowl and the performances this past weekend. First and foremost, big ups to Jack Besh. This young man, I've watched him play high school ball and beat us twice in the playoff. In the state championship when my son played at DeSalle. And Terrell tried to kick it away from him in some kind of way. This kid was still returning 80-yard balls. Got to LSU his first year, made a lot of noise as a freshman. Transfer portal and went to TCU. And for our folks out there who's been paying attention to New Orleans in the last few months, you know about the tragic event here that happened on Bourbon Street, January 1st. And for the victims that lost their lives, we continue to pray for their families as they try to find some type of serenity at this terrible, horrible time. But one of the victims was Jack Besser's brother. So it was a very emotional weekend for him. His performance was off the chain. He did pretty well in the game, but sealed the deal by scoring the last touchdown in the game, in the game, and winning for the American side of the Senior Bowl. So, CL, I thought that was very touching, but at the same time, full circle for him to, do it for his brother.
Yeah, very emotional moment. There's no one that makes it to the NFL. There's no one that makes it to college football without the help and the backing of their family members. And I'm sure it was over emotional for him, not just to play the game, but to score the final touchdown. And I saw the young man take a knee and, take a moment to just, like you say, have a moment of grief, if you will, for a situation that he never had any thought that he could ever imagine could happen. And just moving forward, I'm sure he has an angel on his shoulder moving forward.
Yeah, man, I want to continue to pray for that kid because, having to just deal with that not even a month ago, and at the same token, you have to focus on the Senior Bowl, get ready for the Combine, get ready for the Pro Day. So, he's going to be moving around a lot, but just having to deal with that. So I really continue to pray for not only the Best family, but all the victims from the Bourbon Street terror.
And I'm sure they ask some questions as well.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So
it's a constant reminder. And maybe the New Orleans Saints could do something about that.
Hey, they have a couple picks, and he will potentially be available, one of those third-round picks. Yeah. I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to go to the Bayou Land, baby.
Come on.
That's right, LSU. Go Tigers. One of the winners from the weekend at the Senior Bowl, and this is according to Bleach Report, is my little cousin, related to all them favorites over there at Vacherie and St. James Parish, Savion Jones. Shouts out to Jared Favorite and all of them. Me and Savion worked Jared camps a couple years ago, but Savion moved on the interior. He weighed in he was 285, 6'5" height. And he shut it down out there, man. He had an exceptional run at the Senior Bowl, made a lot of noise. I've spoke to a couple of scouts here in recent weeks, and his name has popped up, and he definitely helped himself this weekend.
And that's the beautiful thing, young people. The film is the film when you finish with college, but these are the reasons why you go to these events. They're giving you an opportunity, no matter what school you went to, no matter whatever 5-star you were, whatever star you were, whatever position you were in. This is your opportunity to get with pro coaches to put you in a position to make a play. And that's exactly what that young man did. Took advantage of his opportunity because they moved him to the inside, and he is balled out.
And that says a lot for now his draft stock and I want to explain the whole draft stock thing because when you look at it, you think, oh, this is a big-time player. I'm just not to pick on this player. It's not picking on him. It's really bigging him up.
Right.
Malik Neighbors,
right.
Big-time receiver at LSU, broke some records. Yeah. We know he was for sure going to the Combine.
Don't do many interviews.
Don't do a lot of interviews. No mentions. He a little top. But, at the same token, the tape spoke for itself. Here's a kid, and Savion, most of his tape was at defensive end.
Right.
And he didn't look out of place. He played it well. But bumping him on the interior, that means some of the coaches there saw some potential, and and that'll help him out his draft stock wise. But it shows that he could do more versatility, and that's really the message I wanted to send. It's only 45 guys who dress CL, so you don't really have a lot of opportunities to just be one-dimensional on the next level. So the fact that he could plug and play at the 3-tech, the 4-eye, the head-up 4, the 5-tech, and wide 9 even because he had the defensive end experience is huge for Savion.
The more you can do, the better chance that you have of making someone's 53-man roster or even practice squad, to be honest with you. And that's the point I think we both are making. The fact that it's not written. Your last senior game, it's not written. You still have a chance. Senior Bowl, Combine, personal interviews. You still have a chance to impress not just all 32 teams, because all 32 teams are not going to draft you. There's only one team that's going to draft you. Put your best face forward. Put your best attitude forward, because these people are trying to help you make it to the next level.
Another winner at the Senior Bowl, and this quarterback here we've seen a lot of covering LSU, Jason Dart from Ole Miss. As a matter of fact, he threw the pass to Besh for the touchdown to win it for the Americans. Here's a quarterback who was at the top of the top-tier quarterbacks in the SEC, right? In that top maybe 3, 4, give or take. You know, you had Milroe, you had, obviously, we had Nussmeier. He fell into that. Most of the NFL coaches know here's a player that could come in and he understands winning. He understands coverages. He understands going against top-tier competition coming from the SEC. So he's one of the winners from this past Senior Bowl in a year where you have teams that need quarterbacks. We know the names, right? Shador, Cam Ward. Where does Jason Dart fall in that category? Is he like a potential second or third rounder? Well, but he definitely helped his stock.
Well, what have we learned this year in watching NFL football? We learned 2 things. We learned that quarterbacks are going to get hurt and the backups are going to play. We also learned that it's more valuable to have a quarterback with more skins on the wall than it is to have a quarterback that only played maybe 20 college games. And we're not picking on anyone, but we'll use the young man Richardson in Indianapolis compared to a young man like Bo Nix in Broncos. You know, I think, and I don't think it's a level of maturity. I just think as you play more college games, it prepares you more for the NFL instead of having all that talent and not being in a structure and playing so many games, and then they just throwing you in the mix. So you're set up to win. I think a player like Dart, because think about it, Dart is not going to go to a team that needs a quarterback and that high up. He's going to go to someone that's going to be able to groom him. He play backup and he not be needed. It's unfortunate that the higher picks, we know Shador and Cam Ward are starting day one. We don't even know what team they're going to, but we know they're going to start day one, because that's what happens when you get drafted so high. So I think Dart is in the perfect position, especially with the skins that he has on the wall, and I think I could see him being the 4th quarterback off the list.
I was thinking that too. I think like 4th quarterback off the list. I don't know if it's a team like Jacksonville or if it's – I'm just thinking about, you know, Jacksonville has their guy, and then they have Mac Jones. Are they in love with Mac Jones?
I think Cincinnati needs a real backup.
Cincinnati needs a real backup. That's a good team, you know.
The Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins. I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
On a cool Arizona, right?
Well,
who they got behind Kyler Murray?
Well, that's the whole point. They got so much money invested in Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that part too. No, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. If y'all tuning in inside the trenches, we're here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard. Y'all come join us, man. It's Super Bowl weekend. We kicking this thing off. Got our guests coming through here in a little bit.
I just thought of I already read your mind now.
Yeah, I mean,
Dallas Cowboys.
I mean,
them 2 dudes gone.
I was thinking Dallas as him having an opportunity, because I mean, Dak
Lance
probably
is
had
gone.
one.
Lance is gone.
Yeah.
In what is that? Zippo?
I was
Rush.
thinking.
I'm sorry, Rush.
I was thinking Dallas, but I was thinking Jerry too. And then you got to think about where is Coach Schottenheimer's direction he's going to take. You know, it would make sense for them.
Well, look at it like this: Rush and Lance are free agents.
I didn't realize Rush was a free agent.
There's going to be guys that's willing to pay money, because I think Rush is a capable backup quarterback. So there'll be teams that'll pay him $20 more to have him as the second backup compared to maybe the third in Dallas. You know, the money's different, because truth be told, Lance
Oh, you had it, Lance.
Trey
Lance.
Lance.
His little brother coming out this year, huh?
They might as well go play with each other because he's not going to see the field. They're not letting, and that's the whole point. These young quarterbacks that get drafted early, that are not being developed, are thrown in the fire, like a Trey Lance, like a Richardson. When they have that first bad year, what do you expect? And now their confidence is shot. Now the team might not be the best around them. So that's the whole point. When you get a younger player, you must put him in a position of development. Never forget, Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just thinking of something. Go ahead.
Lamar Jackson sat behind Flacco.
Real.
So the better teams, the better quarterbacks, regardless if you feel like they just jumped off the porch, they sat behind someone and they learned how to be a professional. And this is the formula for a successful quarterback.
Shout out to Dream Team on my Instagram.
Dream Team.
Said Cooper Kupp potentially to the Packers. That makes sense. Even though the Packers typically like to draft their players, they're in dying straits of a number one like we are.
Yeah. No, the Packers have Watson. I mean, I guess if they don't know the situation with Watson as far as him, because I think he blew his knee right at the end.
I know, but I don't think he like number one though, right? I mean, because think about it like this. Kansas City can say our number one is D-Hop.
Right.
You can say that, right?
Right.
And then, of course, you have the youngsters, so on and so forth. Also, shouts out to West Jeff's very own legend, my main man, Patrick Nickerson.
Okay.
Perry Nickerson. I said Patrick. Patrick Jenkins is also out there training for the Combine. So I was talking to Pat earlier. That's what made me think that. But my little bro, Perry Nickerson.
No doubt.
West Jeff legend in the Super Bowl. While I'm saying West Jeff, I want to take this time also to pray for Greg Brooks Jr.
Oh, for sure.
And also pray for his family. I didn't watch the documentary earlier, but I do plan on watching it. But obviously the Shaw family,
right.
Miss Pat, his grandmother, his brother when he was in the league gave a lot to the program at Shaw while I was a player there. So I want to continue to keep his family in our prayers as well.
Sure.
But back to the Cowboys, you made an interesting point when you brought up Jason Dart potentially going there. Yes, they have a first-round 12th pick overall, but they have a second and a third at 44 and 76. They do have to address some offensive line issues as well, so they probably got to focus on the line those first two picks. But if Dart's sitting there at 76, would you possibly get him in the third round?
Dealing with Jerry, you could just throw the normal thought process out the door, right? So I could see Jerry doing anything, honestly. That's all I can say. I could see Jerry doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And, we're definitely looking at – they got 10 picks. So –
right.
But, again, it's the same story with Dallas. The head coach, Jerry – what's that going to be like? So, I mean, that's
What's
definitely
the philosophy?
What's the philosophy? But, I'm excited for these young men coming up. Our next segment, we planned on having DJ Spin on the next segment, but I know him and Bruce are both making their way from over the river. So
you know what? Now
we may segue to them.
Now I'm thinking about it. Now that I've had 5 seconds to think about it, Jerry's going to look for the splash. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry drafted Agenti, the running back, in the first round and try to
I saw that a couple
like
times.
he the new Emmett or something, just to sell tickets. You know how Jerry is.
Now that you sit there and say that would make sense. I saw that on a couple of draft boards.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense because they have a really good second-round pick, so they can get a decent offensive lineman.
Right, they can get the best guard. They could maybe get the second best guard in the second round. But if they go with Genty, it's just enough splash. I mean, obviously the young man can run the football. Whatever situation Dak is coming off that injury, but at least you have a three-headed monster, right? You have your back, your quarterback, and then of course, CD. But you also need a wide receiver on the other side of it. But I'll stick to my own team.
I totally understand where you're coming from with that. And speaking of your own team, and I guess we could kind of talk about this here in the next segment as well. It seems that a lot of reports are coming out that
Kellen Moore seems to be comfortable with this spot as if he's already made the decision. I saw a news break that he's already started looking at different coaches, like started the staff is deal together. So I guess that's the big thing. Are the Saints still interviewing? What you got to do that because things can't change at the last minute, or is it a situation where they're clearly in the Super Bowl, so he can't really make any moves right now. He's already here.
I think we're at the position where we have identified who we want to be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints. I think we've also identified that we don't want to get charged with any type of tampering. So we will respectfully wait to the allotted time to speak to Kevin Moore. But I do think New Orleans fans and members of the team should look forward for Kevin Moore to be the next head coach of New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, we got so much to look for here on the show. I guess, again, it's Super Bowl weekend, so things are like grill locked tight on the other side of the river. So we'll be joined next by my man Bruce Thomas, and DJ Spin. They'll be joining us. In the meantime, me and CL, when we do come back, we still want to get into the draft. Who are some of the top picks in the draft? Which direction should the Saints take with pick number 9? What are some of the top needs for our team here locally? There's so much to get into. Speaking of things to get into, a lot of folks getting their taxes, right? They didn't already file, they didn't W-2s and hit the mail. They couldn't wait for them W-2s to hit the mail, right?
Back in real income tax.
But I understand the idea of not having to buy a new car. That's fine. Holler at my people at Montero Motors, 1512 North Causeway, Metairie, Louisiana. If you're looking for a nice used vehicle, you don't want to spend an arm and leg on your transportation, holler at my people at Montero Motors. Well, it's Inside the Trenches, baby. We're still live here, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, right here in Marrero, Louisiana. We'd love for y'all to come join us, baby. And check this out. We'll be in the studio for the rest of the month. But y'all know how we do it. Especially if y'all gonna come holler at us at the studio. Pick us up some song sliders, man, and slide through. It's Inside the Trenches. We'll be back, baby. Hello. Are you looking for your dream home? Well, if that's the case, you need to contact Joe Picolo at Godwyn Realty, right here in New Orleans. Joe can put you in your dream home right away. Joe Picolo and the folks over at Godwyn Realty put you in the house that you need. Even if you're looking to invest in some property, they'll do an excellent job with that as well. Contact Joe today at 504-251-8341. Again, that phone number is 504-251-8341. And also contact Joel at joel.godwynrealty.com. No need to dream anymore. Godwyn Realty will put you in the dream house of your reality. Hello, somebody.
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student-athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right, when you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
In New Orleans, football is more than a game. It's a way of life. And just like our offensive line, we protect what matters most. With the big game in New Orleans at Elliott Security Solutions, we don't just protect, we lead. And now, we're hiring the best to join our team. Call 504-392-4424 or visit ElliottSecuritySolutions.com. Elliott Security is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got it. Great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing. All Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Hello, somebody. It's the host of Inside the Trenches podcast, Marlon Big Fave Favorite. Did you know Small Sliders had an app? You can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store right now, download the Small Sliders app in Marrero, and order your food right now. You want to get a number 2? Well, slide through 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Small Sliders. And just like that, baby, we are back. We are back inside the trenches. And my guests are still stuck in the trenches over the river. So we got to hold it down for them until they're able to make their way on over here.
A lot of that going on.
That's why I took that Huey P. Long, baby. Best to believe it. And when you do take the Huey P. Long, you make your way to the West Bank. And you've been thinking about the entire week, the month, all last year. I need to elevate my home. These storms are getting out of hand, especially my folks. I got a lot of family and friends down there in the bayou. If y'all looking to elevate your homes, Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate, they are running an amazing program right now. Be sure to hit them up, 504-393-2445. Again, that number is 504-393-2445. Use code word Big Fave for special rates. But again, you need your house elevated. You need some renovation to your crib. You're looking to sell or flip your house. Holler at my folks over at Robert Wolfe, baby. 143 Lapalco Boulevard in Gretna, Louisiana. So CL on the break. Shouts out to my Young Money family. Jay Jones came hollered at us on the break. Him and BJ and all of them, they're going to come by and hang out with us once again. He just dropped his new project. Boy, so he going to pull up on us and perform for us. That was how, man.
For sure.
But, man, CL, this year draft will be very interesting. Star-studded draft, right? This is one of those drafts it reminds me of I want to say this was 2004 or 2005 draft. You know, the whole deal with Eli Manning being drafted by the Chargers and forcing the whole deal to New York. We could potentially see something like that because the reason that happened because Eli is NFL royalty.
Yeah.
Just like Peyton's NFL royalty and just like Arch is going to be NFL royalty soon.
Right.
So when you have a situation where it's royalty, you got a little flex in the NFL.
It's all about leverage.
You better believe it. Now, see, I want to ask you this. All right, you have Tom Brady, part owner of
Oakland, Las Vegas.
I want to say the same thing too with the Raiders, right? Yeah. You have this attractive looking situation in New York.
I wouldn't.
Right, you do have that as well.
I wouldn't call it attractive.
Well, I mean, I'm calling it an attractive situation. And shouts out to my man Bruce Thomas. Bruce, you can actually join us, man, for this segment. When you get settled in, get my man situated. Bruce just rolled a This is a perfect person to segue into this conversation. But long story short, you just made a comment. Why is it that situation attractive? I know what his answer going to be.
Oh, well, I mean, first of all, the media in New York is relentless. They want to get rid of the owner, which is possibly impossible because he's the owner. They're still reeling from the Saquon situation. I just don't see the direction that the New York Giants are going in. And personally, I don't even think they should draft a quarterback. I think they should get a free agent quarterback like a Sam Darnold, but that's just me.
I mean, if Coach Brian Dable is using every brain cell in his head that he could possibly use, you got to go ahead and get you a free agent quarterback like a Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold is a very interesting story.
Think about this. Don't draft a quarterback. Draft Travis Hunter. Put Travis Hunter on the other side of Malik Neighbors. Then you get your Sam Darnold. Isn't that a la Jets, Addison in Minnesota? Give a veteran quarterback some weapons instead of putting a quarterback with no weapons. You're doing it all over again. You're doing the same thing you did to Daniel Jones.
Well, I think what I'm saying is, like, go get you a guy like Sam Darnold,
right?
Because he's going to be available, and J.J. McCarthy is going to be their guy next year,
right?
I mean, no matter how we cut the cookies, that's their guy. He got hurt.
They're looking for a veteran quarterback. As soon as they get rid of Darnold, they're going to be looking for a veteran quarterback to back up J.J.
But they probably won't have to go get a high priority guy,
right?
What I mean, high priority, Russell's going to be high priority. Sam Darnold's going to be high priority because the teams who have the young quarterbacks that need the viable backups, that's going to be a situation. In addition to that, look at that Sam Darnold spark this year, right? So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
When you put players around a player, think about it. Sam Darnold started for the Jets. We understand what a dumpster fire that was. You know, I believe he was the backup for the 49ers for half a year. And he was able to show that he's not a bust. And then, of course, he goes to Minnesota and has the greatest year of his life. And he proves that if I have a running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a respectable offensive line, I can play football in this league.
So Tennessee picks first, right? Cleveland second, New York third, New England fourth, right? Let's just stick with those teams first.
Okay, we start at number 1.
Shouts out to my man. What's happening, baby?
What's up, man?
We welcome my man Bruce Thompson to the show, a.k.a. Mr. Dreamathon. We're going to get into that here in a second.
Yeah, you're right.
Bruce, I would love for you to jump into this conversation that we're having about viable draft picks, the direction teams need to take, and, of course, we're going to leave our favorite team last, the great New Orleans Saints. We'll talk about them here in a second.
Yeah.
So, Tennessee, Bruce, you new on the show. Will Levis, this year, right?
Yeah.
He had a lot of memes. It's like every little meme they had of him, it was like a unbelievable bad throw. No Derrick Henry this year.
Nope.
We saw that. They tried Troy, Pollard, Tony. I said Troy. Tony Pollard. Didn't work for him. Do they need a quarterback, or do they need to build around their quarterback?
I always feel like giving second, third chances. But at the end of the day, if you're a team that's really willing to win now and you're ready to build around somebody, I'll go get somebody like that been through the ups and downs and been through the media, understand what it takes. I'll go get Shadir.
Ooh.
I have no problem with that.
Now, the only problem there is, right? Well, shouts out to DJ Spin. Spin just rolled up on us. The only issue I see with that, y'all, is Deion said, you know, he wanted to play with Tom Brady so bad. I don't think he wanted him down to Tennessee. But, I mean, do they go get the best athlete in the draft? Do they trade back to get more? You see where I'm going?
Well, my possible thought process was for the Tennessee Titans, for them to get Cam Ward. Because if they get Cam Ward, at least they have a dual threat quarterback. So if he's not going to be all that great throwing the ball,
that's a good one.
He'd be able to run a little bit. They still have Pollard. They still have my Tulane guy, Sparks, running back.
Tajay Spears.
Tajay Spears. They still have a Ridley at wide receiver. I think they could get a Cam. And because remember, we don't expect Tennessee to win the Super Bowl. So what are they doing in Tennessee? They're trying to put butts in seats. Go ahead, get a Cam to be your quarterback that can run. Because who does Cam remind you of? And God bless the dead. I'm not going to question. I'm going to just say he reminds me of Steve McNair. So if you want to bring, because remember
that's a good comparison.
When you're picking number one, that means you're not very good. So you need all the momentum and everything to get the team and get the fans to believe in the direction you're going. And I think Cam Ward would be a great thing of reminding them of a great Steve McNair.
But it also depends, right? So a coach could wake up one day and say, I want to build around my offense. And then one day he could be watching so much of defensive film and he like, you know what? I need to really start with my defense. Right. And if he goes in that defensive mind, I really feel like he should get the DN from Penn State.
Number 11. What's his name again?
Oh, Abdul Carter.
Oh, yeah. He a dog.
You
know why CL know? Yeah, because he's on the wish list.
Yeah, because if you, like how you said, if you're not really looking to in a win now, like we don't see them going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And if you're not in a win now, you're going to build around special talent and pieces that is like a once in a lifetime. Even Travis Hunter, they're a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that.
I agree. And we could use the same thought process. Then get Travis Hunter, put him on the other side of Ridley, and then go get a Sam Darnold as your veteran quarterback. Because at the end of the day, you wanna put butts in seats in Tennessee, and you want them to believe in what's going on moving forward. But Jay, I love Carter.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's a wish list for me.
Check this out.
That's
On3.com, I just clicked on it. Tennessee Titans, Abdul Carter, defensive end, first pick off the board. Travis Hunter, second to Cleveland Browns. Now that brings me to our next deal. And before I do that, I know we kind of had a roll up, to the set of our next guest. I'm not going to just skip over who just came on our show here, my man Bruce Thompson. Y'all make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. It's Dreamathon1, right? On your Instagram.
It's Dreamathon with 2 underscores at the end.
With 2 underscores at the end.
Yes, sir.
Follow him. Listen, y'all seen his product all over the internet, from Odell Beckham Jr. rocking his shirts, Jamar Chase. We want to get into your story again. But this was one heck of a take we just had just now with the way this draft is formulating in terms of needs.
And we didn't even know that, though.
That's crazy. I legit just clicked on it because I'm just being a journalist. I had a couple of links, but I wanted to click on another draft link to see did anything change, because I was seeing a lot of Travis Hunter to the Patriots for a long time. But, obviously, the way the season ended, the draft shaped differently. But this does make a lot of sense. I'll come to you first, Bruce. Travis Hunter, receiver/corner to Cleveland, especially with the news we just heard today, right, guys? With Myles Garrett requesting a trade, like, get me out of here. I saw Warren Sapp say, man, I don't have a man ask twice. So they're going to be in need for a DN as well. So Carter sounds like a potential situation for them. But how do y'all like Cleveland going with Travis Hunter?
Honestly, if they, I see Travis Hunter on the side of a like Denzel Ward. So like just learning from the other vets and everything that's in the area. I feel like he won't. Anything you do with Travis, he won't fail, man. He just so special.
I agree with that.
He's just so special, man.
Do you like the idea of him in Cleveland?
I totally agree with what he's saying. Whatever you do with Travis, I don't think you fail. But this is a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. I see Travis being more valuable at wide receiver. I don't even see him playing corner in this league. But if just let's just say that Cleveland picks him at 2, they need somebody on the other side.
All right, I gotta say something about that. I gotta say something
bro.
about that one. Yeah, so I get what you're saying, because that's the traditional way. But if you always look at, like, even in life, right, this probably not have to do with sports, but think about Kanye, right? When Kanye first came out, it's like when you are that type of person to break them barriers, it tweaks a little bit different, and you the dreamathon person, you that big dreamer. So like when you got that mindset, like he have the mindset, he have the intentions to do it, but he also have the drive and the goals, and he's determined. So it's a difference between like I'll play it if they let me, to I will play it and I will do it. And I know my guy Elliott, he gets the right treatment, he gets the right nutrition. Like he don't go party, he don't do the normal things that you will see that you will see an average person doing. So I really feel like it'll fall into his lap and all type of blessings. Whoever take a chance on him, they gonna be blessed forever.
And I look at it as a GM, right?
Yeah.
I look at it as, what can I get more bang for my buck? And if I look at Travis Hunter, even he knows that he'll make more money playing wide receiver than he would playing corner. And there's just more, because when we look at Travis just this year, he'll play all the snaps on defense, but then he'll turn around and have 2 touchdowns offensively. As a GM, I literally just get more bang for my buck if I put him on offense. But I agree with you, brother. I totally agree with you.
Well, and it also depends on whoever the offensive coordinator that's going to put him in a position to win. Like where he was at with Colorado, they always put him in a position to win.
Definitely.
They play to his strengths.
Definitely.
So even if he do play both sides in the league, I could see him having certain packages in the offense that is reliable for him.
I could see the offensive and defensive coordinator fighting over him.
And you got to go into the right situation. So for him, it's going to be about, will someone want to buy into what Dion did, and go through the treatments? Because he had he had 5 out of the 7 days of the week, 4 days he didn't do anything but treatment, rehab.
That's not gonna fly, man.
I don't know, man, because he
it's too much jealousy.
It's a lot of stuff that happened, and we're talking about a player that comes from Prime. Look at Prime. They say, he couldn't play baseball and football in the same season. He didn't. It didn't last long, CL, but it happened. I want to switch gears a little bit here before we get into this big-time Super Bowl weekend. My man Bruce got a lot of big-time stuff going on. He has to talk to you guys about, because it's events and tickets that you guys have to go check and sign up for. But I want to comment on this one more time. I would be remiss if I didn't go inside the trenches.
Sure.
And one thing I like to do each year for the draft, y'all, going into the draft, I like to do like my own draft grades on players. I knocked Brian Bruzy out the park when I said that if they do get him, this kid's going to be pretty good on the next level. I feel the same way about Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan.
Big ugly.
Big ugly, man. He reminds me it's kind of like Dexter Lawrence, kind of meets like a Michael Brockers. You see what I'm saying? He has the whole deal.
Yeah.
How you feel about Mason Graham? I don't know if you had a chance to watch him a lot, but in terms of, this show is inside the trenches. I know my man Bruce is a skilled player now, but you think the Patriots would be a good fit for him, especially with Coach Venerable being back?
Yeah, because the Patriots, you talking about with Verbal, right? So
my Verbal back.
So the biggest thing about Verbal, like if you really paid attention to the process that he always had, even with Tennessee, he was always big inside the trenches.
Right.
So I feel like anything, I feel like mentally that's what he's starting off at. So it could be a great pick as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to switch. Yeah, it would be a perfect pick is a team that needs a spark. They got a quarterback, 2 quarterbacks, and Drake May and also Joe Milton III. So that team, under the guidance of Venable, him knowing the winning tradition, I think they'll be all right.
Starts up front.
Yes, indeed.
Starts up front.
So before we get into the big Super Bowl weekend, man, I was working the defensive line camp out there in Dallas, and I got a little jealous, man. I saw BT Jordan had on like a Hot Boy shirt like that, and I rocking. I'm like, man, I got to get with my man Bruce when I get back to New Orleans. But, you know, I've known this from the beginning. You and I did the pros versus the media with Casey Ferran and all of those folks back in, that was 2018 and 19. So me and my man go back like 4 flats. But since then, I've seen this brand grow tremendously. Like Odell Beckham, we've seen Justin Jefferson wear the shirts, Jamar Chase. To see you start this brand off as just an idea to going global now, man. Talk to our listeners about that experience.
All right, well, first, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate you, you know, even giving me my flowers for that. But I got to start this off because a lot of people probably not even know this story. I started off going to a Malcolm Jenkins football camp from Duke Roos. And that's where my football love and that's where the journey started from. So when I did my thing, and, you know, I was in high school, I did my thing, and I end up, he said, if I pull you to the side, you know, everybody keep working. I had a one-hand catch, and he pulled me to the side, and then he was like, yeah, you need to come over here and check us out. And my mom ended up, you know, taking off on the weekend, and from her work, you know, she does hair, so she took off that weekend. And on that Saturday, I used to mope around the house because she told me she couldn't at first, and I ended up going, and that was my first experience of actually seeing work ethic, and that's how I met you.
Yeah.
and like a lot of people don't know that side. Like that, like in my eyes, you was one of the guys that was also my motivation.
Come on, man.
Like I was able to get a chance to, you know, you can't do everything on your own. You got to have a vision, but when you have a vision, you got to start somewhere, and your vision starts from what's around you and what's in your environment. So by, you know, Duke taking a chance on me and taking me out my environment that I was in, you know, in the trenches in New Orleans, and he seeing me ball, and, you know, man, come over here, and he getting to know me. How do you get to school every day? I said, Coach, I take 4 buses to get to school every day. Like, yeah. I said, yeah, I get up at 5 a.m. And he saw the potential in me before I even saw it in myself. So I was just looking at it more so of, man, this is what I do, and that was my gift. And then next thing you know, I'm seeing them working every day, and I see them getting done their work, and I'm just coming in. I'm like, dang, dude, like, I want to work with them. You know, he got me working with the other high schools. I'm like, I want to work with the pros, you know what I'm saying? So you know, that's really how I feel like my work ethic started, you know, dealing with, you know, y'all and Joe McKnight, and, you know, it was just the ones before me, and I feel like Dreamathon that's what it's about, you know. It's not just about giving flowers, but it's about paying homage to the ones who came before you. And that's what I do, you know, the NFL, you know, I love the NFL, like, I love ball, but this is what I do more. You know, I love showing love. I love giving flowers. I love paying attention where it's due at, you know, so.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, brother. And I just want to, I'm definitely humbled by you saying that, because I guess, CL, you look back at things you do, you don't realize the moment, like you in your moment, right? So whether it's a good or bad moment, you don't know who you're, you know,
affecting.
Exactly. And for you to say that, because, you know, I've seen you here and there over the years. We've always caught up, but we all see each other the most on the social media.
Right.
So I remember when, like you said, this was just an idea, and to see this thing blossom, to see, you know, you with Jets, you out there at the Vikings game, you're hanging out, and it's like, I remember this guy is a dreamer.
Right.
You know, this guy's a dreamer, and if you dream, you pray, and you put the hard work behind it, it happens, man. And I'm just proud of you, brother. Real talk.
Appreciate that, man. And, you know, the way I started Dreamathon is kind of funny, you know, like, so, you know, I be with Odell Beckham, and the biggest thing that I used to do with him was when he, you know, we train in the summertime together, so whenever he gets ready to, you know, go to his events or go to the ESPYs, I was always in this closet trying on clothes. Dang, this ain't even coming out yet.
Come on, man.
Oh, look at this. Like,
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this the new Louis V. Like, it ain't come out. So I'm just trying it on, and I'm working on my fashion, and I'm looking in the mirror, but not realizing, like, that I was creating myself, you know? So just by them moments and creating that, and Meek Mill always talked about dream chasing, right? So that was one of my favorite artists. He the one who kind of helped me make it out the hood. Like, I was more so of Dream Chaser 1, 2, and 3. That was like, you know, he's saying chase a dream, youngin'. I felt like he was talking to me. You know what I'm saying?
Real rap.
For sure.
And you know, and then Nipsey Hussle always talked about the marathon.
Right.
And he always talked about not just making it out, but creating generational wealth. And that was my moment. I said, you know what? I was talking to one of my friends, because I used to always just help out people, you know. I help out a lot of people understanding marketing, understanding, like, you know, how to help their brand go to the next level. And then I started modeling in an agency in LA. And you know, when I was modeling for a minute, it was like, I'm like, man, y'all should do this. I'm in the world like this. And they looked at me like, you know, shut up. You just a model.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. So next thing you know, my grandmother passed away from COVID, man. I was just having workouts, and I said, you know what, let me go back to school. So she always wanted me to go back to school and finish. The next day, the president of my college, my university Langston University called me. And I went back and finished to get my degree. And while I was there, I was getting 15 packages a week for clothes, while I turned my whole front room into modeling. I turned it to a studio. I took my TV out of my room, taking 15 hours in class, helping out the football team, being the bros. You know what I'm saying? With Mega South 5. So, you know, it's like I was preparing without realizing I was preparing. And you know, while I'm in school and doing all that and talking to my friend, I said, man, I'm messing around to call my brand Dreamathon. He like, why? Like, you know, Meek talk about dreams and Nipsey talk about the marathon.
That's cool.
And then it was actually me catching the football one hand. So it turned from me catching the football one hand to I said, when do you dream the most? When you're a kid.
Yeah.
You don't have distractions. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be this or that. And that's what was my drive to turning it. I said, you know what, this brand is bigger than me. I could have named it Bruce Thompson. It's not about me.
Right.
It's about all the dreamers in the world. So and then I took the picture of me. Instead of catching the football one hand, I turned it to the stars.
Well, I see the ice
that's
right there for sure. So
That's why I got my glasses on.
We had the close up on it, but now that is a very unique brand, and I'm starting to see it a lot everywhere. And it's about the message behind the brand.
Right.
And look, y'all, for all of our viewers on New Orleans Talk Network, y'all can actually go to Bruce Thompson's Instagram, and then it's also a Dreamathon one as well, the hottest, dreamathon.core.
Yeah.
Go there. Look, you could cop some of his merch. Check out some of the gear on if you want to see some of the shirts. Who is this warming up right here? Who you got right? Is that Slim Reaper right there?
Oh, that's Mike Cerner still, yeah.
Mike said, okay. Man, you have to love this. This is big time. Speaking,
I could give y'all one little thing, though. I can't tell you everything.
Okay.
All I'm going to say is watch the pregame for the Super Bowl. That's all I can say.
Ooh.
There it is.
That's all I can say, man.
Y'all heard that.
That's all I can say.
Watch the pregame for the Super Bowl. Y'all heard that.
That's all I can
Product
say.
placement.
Now I'm talking about the pregame for the Super Bowl. Talk to us about this Dreamathon kickoff, man. This event y'all have this week. What's the date? What's the time, man? Do I need to dress fly? Is it comfortable, casual? Me and my man Spin gonna roll through that, man. We get to get a fresh cut. Where we at with it?
Wait, you talking about the biggest Super Bowl event? The
Yes.
biggest one? The
Yeah,
biggest?
that one. The Dream Bowl, baby.
Okay, the Dream Bowl. All right.
Yeah.
The biggest Super Bowl kickoff event. Let me tell you about it. So we wanted to create something so special. And when I say we, I say all the dreamers, because like I said before, this is not about me. A lot of times when you get in situations and you get around certain things, you just don't have that type of access, or you don't have that type of personality, you don't have that type of strength, you don't have that type of networking. So what I wanted to do was, everybody always like look at me and see me a certain way, or they see the things I do, or they just watch me on Instagram, but nobody really knows or understand, you know, my network and how much work I really been putting in, and how much I really like love the community and want to change something for the better. So instead of, you know, creating it all about me, man, I wanted to create my network, the Super Bowl network, everybody that's around that's coming in, you know, the city for Super Bowl week, man. I wanted to create it something special, man, and I really believe that this is one of the hottest and the biggest events ever. We got Roman Harper coming. You know, we got a lot of the the Saints front office coming. We got Complex Style, GQ. Playboy. We got a little bit of everything, man. So like I said, my brand is all about fashion mixing in with sports. A lot of times, and you know this as well, as athletes, we get a lot of depression after ball. We really don't figure out what we want to do. We don't know, because all we know is ball. And I was just so blessed to be in this position to be able to understand and create something special, a moment for everybody. And I kind of wanted to do that. And I have an invite only. I have a red carpet because I wanted everybody to get that illusion, get that feel of what it feels like to be in the biggest of the biggest room. I was just over there like, hey, let me in. I said, you know what? I'm going to stay outside the door.
I know that's right.
And I'm going to build my own house. And when I build my own house, I want to build it to where I want to have all the dreamers and creators in one area and be able to piggyback off of each other and, just learn from each other. And that's what I'm all about, man.
That's big time, man. Y'all, man, let's get a round of applause for my man, Bruce, man. We're so proud of what you have going on. I just want to talk about some of the material on here. I see the Travis Hunter Heisman shirt.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm feeling this the Merry Dreamers.
The Merry Dreamers.
That's tight. You have all the good Home Alone, Christmas Story.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a very creative brand. I saw
I like the gloves, brother.
the Tank Dell shirt that CJ Stroud wore. It's like the message behind it, right? Look at the West Bank boys, right? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is cool, man. I'm loving it.
And I could tell you the biggest thing is they could get a shirt from anywhere. There's so many people who and I don't talk about this a lot, but they like I said, they could have got it from anywhere, but they chose. I don't want that. I want Dreamathon. And it's not only the message behind it, but look at what it stands for. Look at also the person behind it, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of them understand that and understand me. So a lot of this is very, very, very special, man.
Now, I'm a little jealous of Travis on this one. My favorite D tackle is of all time.
Yeah.
The great Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp, baby.
Ooh, yeah. So I know which one I'm going to order for sure. That one. This is pretty tight. I'm telling y'all have to go to Dreamathon on Instagram. Your website, you have a new website up, or is everything on there?
Yeah, it's dreamathon.co. Dreamathon.co. But also, we got to get a big fave team, man. We got to get a big fave LSU going, man.
Okay, all right, man.
Got to holler at the LSU boys,
okay,
man.
I appreciate, man. That I would be honored, man. I'm going to have to rock that at my next show. Spencer, my outfit going to be for the next show, man.
We got to get that going, man.
Might well make it put the dome and the arena behind, man.
Yeah,
man, Bruce, before we let you go, man, anything you want to talk to our viewers, any additional information for anything you have coming up?
Yeah, besides that, I got a couple of deals going, a couple of big deals actually. I can't really explain what yet. It has a lot to deal with football, but it's probably one of my biggest ones ever that I'm working on, man. We got a lot of things coming up, and working on stuff for the rodeo as well. They got the rodeo in Houston coming up.
Okay.
A lot of stuff for LSU, so I'm just blessed, man. I just want to thank y'all for having me, for sure.
Man, thank you so much for coming on the show. Sure. He's Bruce Thompson. Make sure y'all follow him at Bruce Thompson on Instagram. Y'all be sure to get the Dreamathon gear, baby.
Big dreamers, man.
Yeah, big dreamers. Dream big, baby.
Dream big,
yes,
baby.
Indeed, man. Hello, somebody. Y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be back right here at Small Sliders. We got DJ Spin, Grammy-nominated producer, DJ. He gonna sit down and we're going to talk a little music, but we got to talk football with Spin. We got to talk about this Saints deal, CL. We still got to talk about that, and Spin's the perfect person for it.
Who that?
Don't go anywhere, baby. It's Inside the Trenches on New Orleans Talk Network, live here at Small Sliders. Hello.
Yo.
Oh, my God, man. We got to step up, man.
Sure.
Are you looking for your dream home? Well, if that's the case, you need to contact Joe Picolo at Godwyn Realty. Right here in New Orleans. Joe can put you in your dream home right away. Joe Picolo and the folks over at Godwyn Realty put you in the house that you need. Even if you're looking to invest in some property, they'll do an excellent job with that as well. Contact Joe today at 504-251-8341. Again, that phone number is 504-251-8341. And also contact Joel at joel.godwynrealty.com. No need to dream anymore. Godwyn Realty will put you in the dream house of your reality. Hello, somebody.
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right, when you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
In New Orleans, football is more than a game. It's a way of life. And just like our offensive line, we protect what matters most. With the big game in New Orleans at Elliott Security Solutions, we don't just protect, we lead. And now, we're hiring the best to join our team. Call 504-392-4424 or visit ElliottSecuritySolutions.com. Elliott Security is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing, all Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Hello, somebody. It's the host of Inside the Trenches podcast, Marlon Big Favorite. Did you know Small Sliders had an app? You can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store right now, download the Small Sliders app in Marrero, and order your food right now. You want to get a number 2? Well, slide through 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Small Sliders, simple on purpose.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app, Weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. This is Robert Wolfe. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Wright on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Wright. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders.
Well, welcome back, beautiful people. It is Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Wright. I probably got the coolest co-host in the city, my man, CL Nola. And then I'm blessed and fortunate today, man, because I got my DJ in the building, baby, DJ Spin. Nice. Y'all be sure to follow him at DJ Spin 88. And before we jump into Spin's interview, because, man, you gonna love talking to him, bro. I'm telling you, but me and Spin talk sports all the time. I want to shoot out our sponsors. Elliott Security, baby, 2304 Manhattan Boulevard in Harvey, Louisiana. It's a number of things. If you are a business and you need security, Elliott Security is the number 1 in the city, number 1 in the region, really. And if you're looking for work, if you're like, I need a job, I'm interested in armed or unarmed security, holla at Elliott Security. Use the code word Big Fave for some special opportunities, aka bump you to the top of that hire list. Right. And let them know you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. And then also, I want to give a special shout out to my folks over there at Crescent City, Lamarque, over there in Harahan, Louisiana. My man Sheldon, if y'all looking for some fleet vehicles in construction, holla at my man Sheldon. So, Spin, I think you came in right at the right time. Me and CL was having a great conversation before Bruce came on. Shouts out to our guest, Bruce Thompson, for coming on. Be sure to
Dreamathon,
baby. Dreamathon. He better be lucky that Lil Wayne Jack is not a 3X, because he would definitely be jacked here at Small Sliders for sure. But, Spin, we were talking about, I saw on the news break earlier that Kellen Moore is already out here looking for OCs, DCs, as if he already have the job. Is that as if that's the direction the Saints gonna go? I'm not asking you if you're content, but do you think that's gonna be the final move with the New Orleans Saints, or are they still interviewing to get some more potential candidates on board?
I really think that's what Mickey Loomis's mindset is at. You know, if you know Mickey, you know he's looking for a yes man. You know, that's the bottom line. So Mickey wants to take credit for everything that's been done, as far as recruiting Drew Brees, Sean Payton, everybody that's on the roster of what he's done. You know, prior to when he originally came here. You know, so coming from Seattle, I believe he was coming from that type of area. So I mean, we know Mickey's routine.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't argue much with it. I don't think it's a surprise that he will be the youngest head coach in the NFL. I believe the young man is just 36 years old.
Yes.
Okay. So clearly he's never been a head coach. So we don't know if he's able to navigate all the other things that head coaches have to do as far as delegating. And now that we know that he will be the next head coach of New Orleans Saints, my question is, who's your defensive coordinator?
That's a great
question.
Yeah, that's a great question, man. That's
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I mean, what about Robert Salah? You think
he gone? He's the defensive coordinator for. You talking about Robert Saleh? He's he's the defensive coordinator for the 49ers.
So he went back.
Yep.
There's a lot of going back because didn't Eric Bieniemy go back to Kansas City?
He did.
Yeah, he went back as running back coach. As running back coach. Yeah. But that was my original candidate. I don't understand why Eric is not getting the shot because he's a great leader. He's a great personality. Mm-hmm. He doesn't take no stuff. And the team, players respect him.
I think you kind of answered your own question. If you know Coach Eric, he's a straight up kind of guy. The chance that he did get in Washington, it kind of rubbed the wrong guys the wrong way. He's not afraid of hard work. He expects the best out of his players, but it does rub front office people the wrong way because he separates coaching from front office work. And if he's not on the same page with the front office, he's gonna let them know.
Yes, that is correct. He is.
Shouts out to Coach.
I love Eric, man.
Shouts out to Coach Bieniemy.
And he came down there when UCLA came down to LSU this weekend. He tried, But let me say this: we know about Patrick Mahomes' first few years in the NFL. Who was that quiet whisper in his ear, and the aggressiveness of his coaching style. So I mean, I like it. But this is my thing, y'all. Kellen Moore, when he was in Dallas, and obviously what we see here in Philly, he did an exceptional job. I guess looking at pros and cons, being a young coach isn't horrible, right? We saw Sean McVay. We saw a young Sean Payton years ago. So it just still was desperate to me, right? And he wasn't even – I think this was you was telling me this spin the other day. He wasn't even – like when they were doing the odds for the head coaching job for the Saints, he wasn't even mentioned.
He wasn't even mentioned.
It's just not a good look, CL.
It's an unfortunate situation, but it could end up being something good. Right now it doesn't look all that great. We do see him as a younger – well, he is a younger coach in this league. He hasn't had the experience. But let's just fast forward to Monday. Let's pretend this is next Monday, right?
Yes,
let's pretend that he's won the Super Bowl. So he's a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator now. I believe the perception of him might be different. So other coaches might be willing to come with him, right? Yes. So I don't per se see a Brian Flores leaving the Vikings, but with a Super Bowl head coach now, I can see him look, and if Mickey wants to spend the money on getting the coach,
that's straight though,
because
bro.
The one thing we all can agree upon with Mickey is he doesn't want to look like he's wrong.
Yes, so, you're 100% correct on that. He does not want to fail.
So if he gets this young head coach right and gets the right defensive coordinator, it looks like he knew what he was doing from the beginning. So I think
that wouldn't be a bad combination.
I believe that's what the mission is for Mickey and with this young coach moving forward. But hey, I could be wrong.
I want to hear from y'all. Do y'all like that combination? I know a lot of our viewers are Saints fans. And shouts out to the West Bank Nosy Neighbors for tuning in each week. I see y'all viewing audience is just getting larger here, and we appreciate y'all. So feel free to comment below. Do y'all like the combination? If the Saints do, and it looks like it's almost a 99.9% chance that Kellen Moore will be the next head coach. Brian Flores coming in as a D coordinator. He did an excellent job defensively in Miami with that. But in the Vikings, and we've seen this combination of him, even with the Steelers for a hot second.
Yes.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So he's had some coaching experience.
Would Wheeler take a defensive coordinator position? The Miami coach that we were trying to get we interviewed for head coach. Would D. Wheeler take the defensive coordinator position? It's a lateral move, but still.
I mean,
right.
He's really got to evaluate what's going on. We still, like the top question is, who's going to be our quarterback? What is going to happen in that scenario? Do we go get a quarterback? Do we find a quarterback? Is Carr,
Well,
here for another year or two.
Financially, Carr would be your quarterback because would you not take the $30 million roster bonus on June 1? And if you don't, think about what you're doing. At the end of the day, the New Orleans Saints need bodies. You know, however you feel about Derek Carr, if you put an offensive line in front of him, he plays decent football.
Yes, I totally agree.
So it just depends on, and like you say, Slick, it depends on what's the philosophy of the young man that's coming in because he might actually like Carr. Because never forget that Kubiak came here because he liked Carr and he felt like he could do something with Carr.
He felt like
he could. Into week 2. After week 2, we looked like he knew what he was doing. Of course, we lose our best offensive player in McCoy, and it was just snake bitten from injury since then.
Well, I guess, before we switch gears here, and I XCL this last week, 3 top needs. Okay, let's say, for instance, Kellen Moore is the head coach. He comes in, he knows he has to hire staff. Boom, they're hired. What are the 3 top positions? Now, they don't have to target it just in the draft. They can go at these 3 positions in free agency and then the draft as well.
O-line.
Ching, that's number 1 on my list as well.
D-line.
For sure.
That's number 2. Real talk.
Yeah, Cam's getting older. You know, he can't stick around forever. And it's on the defense. It's either safety or corner.
You're probably looking at safety because you got Alante and then you have Kool-Aid. So safety, I'll take that. And then like an honorable mention, I would probably go wide receiver.
Yes,
I made a good point earlier with the 8, with like a 28. You like his ideal guy is T. Higgins.
Yeah. But we don't. Obviously, we don't have the money. We need a true number 1.
Yes, we do.
So, I would obviously cut a couple of guys to get the money to sign a T. Higgins. Now, let's just say T. Higgins, because he's already made, which pissed me off, he'd already made the statement that he was willing to take less money to stay in Cincinnati, which destroys the whole market. So now we have to move on and look at guys like a Devontae Adams. Look for a guy maybe like a Cooper Kupp, but we would have to actually trade for them.
Well, you saw, I don't know if y'all saw just a minute ago, the Rams put him on a trading block.
There it is.
You know, so
we need a true number.
Yes.
We need a 50-50 ball guy, a possession receiver.
I still like Amari Cooper. I mean, I still, I don't think Joe Brady's using him right, in Buffalo because, Josh Allen's taking, he's trying to win.
Oh, wait, hold on. Isn't that like was that a 1 year?
They traded him from, I believe Amari was in Cleveland, right?
Right, but how much?
He just has that contract. He has to finish out that contract.
Which is 2 years left in it?
It might be 2 years left.
I'm going to find out.
I'm not 100% sure.
That's going to be interesting right there because that would be, the 4th move for him. Dallas to Cleveland, Cleveland to Buffalo, and then down here to New Orleans, which systems matter. Spend, whomever our offensive coordinator is going to be, if it is Kellen Moore.
And the good part about this situation is, let's just say we do try to target a Devontae Adams, right? We could give up one of those. We have 2 third-round picks. We could give up one of those third-round picks and say whatever else to get a Devontae Adams. We truly need a number 1 wide receiver because Olave in real life is a number 2 and Sheedy is a 2/3. So we truly need a 50-50 ball man, a guy that we know that we can depend on, because what sense does it make to let T. Higgins go with Scary Terry in Washington?
Yeah,
my favorite wide receiver, I don't know why they didn't use him, was St. Brown on our team. He's got the best hands I've seen in a while, and they just didn't use him.
I mean, the team was a wreck last year trying to put everything together. Let's switch gears. What's not a wreck is what the Chiefs did this year and what the Eagles did, because they some kind of way might have felt like a wreck for them, but they're in the show. We got people from all over the world coming to New Orleans. You're a DJ.
Yes.
I guess let's start with what's the music? Give me 5 songs off the playlist. Like what they gotta hear? They're coming in town. It's Mardi Gras time. What's 5 songs that's in your mix for sure?
Mystical, Here I Go.
Yeah.
Here I Go.
It gotta be.
Shouts out to Mystical.
Jubilee, Getting Ready.
Right.
You know, that's top 5. Chopper style. You know, this is the stuff from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, it's Mardi Gras time, Mardi Gras wobble. You know.
You got to play some Philly music or to drop the Meek Mills. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm about to say that for Philly. You know, my boy DJ Scooter dropped the year that he went a mashup with Dreams and Nightmares and I Rock with the
Rock.
with the Lil Uzi
Oh,
Vert.
yeah.
So it was
Rock,
a great,
Rock. Yeah.
So he made a mashup, and then Gilly the Kid is I'll probably see him on this week.
That's gonna be funny with him down here.
With Blow the Whistle, Too Short. That's their theme song. So
I want to see how much dancing Gilly do in the fourth quarter when it's 0-0.
Man, if it's 0-0 in the fourth quarter, boy, I'm gonna like the game. I don't know if the fans gonna like it because that means one heck of a defensive game. Yeah. All right, Spin. This Thursday is the Walk of Fame.
Yes.
We know Lil Wayne's going to be on it, DJ Khaled. How big is this for the city, man? I mean, you go to L.A., they have their stars. This is the Big Easy. We're not the Big Apple, but we definitely the Big Easy, and we L.A. South. This is huge, man. This is big what Master P and American Trail's doing, man. Your thoughts? I mean, you're basically a staple in New Orleans culture and their music.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's definitely what the city needs. The city needs some kind of structure to come back. And as an ambassador to the city, P and American Trail, it's a great, idea just to honor all the people that's come from not just New Orleans, but just Louisiana in general, and honor them and have a place like the Walk of Fame where you can go see names, take pictures, just experience, bring that New Orleans culture back to the city that we've been desperately needing since Katrina,
Yeah, brother. I totally agree with you. We have somewhat lost a sense of culture for New Orleans because I'm always the guy that'll say, hey, New Orleans hasn't been the same since Katrina. What do you see moving forward? What do you see as the best option for us as far as musically, culturally, moving forward in New Orleans? I
think one of the things that the city has to do is they have to stop redlining the East and bring the East back. Yep. When you
That's huge.
when you grew up in the city and you got money, you moved to the East.
Right.
We went to the Plaza. We went to certain places that were in the East that was just an experience. So you gotta bring it back. That's one of the things that I think once they fix Jazzland and make that up and start building hotels.
And I think that'll be a part of it, right? Having the attraction of Jazzland, just to have something iconic to say, hey, we're coming back. This is a symbol of coming back, kind of like when we did with the Dome.
Yes.
Well, this is a big week here in New Orleans. I'm so happy to jump this thing off. Super Bowl down here in the Big Easy, baby, but we're going to do it in a major way. That is right. Shouts out to DJ Spin for joining us.
Thank you, brother.
Y'all make sure y'all follow DJ Spin at DJ Spin 88. Shouts out to my man Bruce Thompson for coming on the show. Follow him at Bruce Thompson on Instagram. And be sure to get that Dreamathon shirt. Go order yours right now. I'm telling you, if you want to look fresh for the Super Bowl, I know it's going to be one of my outfits for the week. Y'all be sure to do that. Shouts out to all of our sponsors, from Small Sliders to Montero Motors to my folks over there at Lamarque Crescent City, my man Sheldon over there. Shouts out to my man Joe Picolo, baby. Picolo and Ramos, man. Shouts out to all that they do for the show, New Orleans Talk Network, for this live stream, Conquer Sports for their contributions to the show as well. Robert Wolfe Construction, shouts out to my main man Robert Wolfe for all he does for the show as well. We're going to be in the studio next week, baby, but next month, that's right, baby, March, we're going to be back out here. We're going to let y'all know the date when we live. We're going to make it a big deal. We're going to have a Dreamathon party out here. Might have Spin on the ones and twos.
Yes, sir.
We're going to make it a party next time we have Sliders, but we will be in the New Orleans Talk Network studio next Monday and for the remainder of the month. I'm your boy, Big Fave. That's DJ Spin, CL Nola for Tarek. My folks over there here making my burgers right now, Keelan, and everybody here. Thank y'all so much.
Shout
Our
out
folks
Black.
streaming. Black, baby. Shouts out to the homie Black. Black be with us everywhere, baby. Black was with us at the Chicken Fest. You heard me straight up. Yes, indeed, man. One love. Y'all enjoy. Y'all be safe out there, baby. Inside the trenches. It's Mardi Gras time.
Inside the trenches.
Yeah.
Let's go.